Hi, church family. This is Nolan and Marie Shockey from Servant Senders in Juarez, Mexico, one of your supported missionaries. We are so glad to be able to share with you what God's been doing over this last year, especially due to the whole complications with the virus. We are in a city of 1.3 million right on the border of El Paso, Texas, and Mexico. We are serving with a group of men that come into the Servant Senders program to learn how to be pastors, teachers, and leaders. This is a 3-year program in which the men are fully supported so that they can concentrate on their intensive Bible study classes, leadership classes, and practical application. During this time, many of them start home fellowships, kids clubs, which eventually turn into churches, and get involved with our outreach ministries around the city. Recently, we had 3 graduates. All of them had home fellowships, kids programs, and one had even started a church. 2 have graduated and gone on to run their ministries. 1 will stay with us to work in the police departments. The wives of our pastors, leaders, and teachers come together once a month to study and do outreaches also, since ministry is done as a family. The small building you see in the background is the start of a future home for Pastor Pepe and his wife Veronica. For the last year, they've made their home with their teenage children inside this church in 1 classroom. This is our newest church that we finished, Calvary Chapel of Grace and Mercy. Pepe is also a pastor to one of the fire stations, to a federal police station, and to the federal prison south of town. Pastor Pepe's church is home to one of our many kids clubs around the city of about 500 kids. They come to the club once a week and get a Bible lesson, learn a verse, play games, do a craft, get help with homework, and get a balanced meal. Many times from the kids club is where a home fellowship begins and then a house church starts. Through a variety of our different ministries, we're privileged to see 2 to 10 people a week come to know the Lord, and some we get to baptize, like Don Polo here, who is 85 years old and just heard about the Lord recently through a bag of groceries that were given to him. The biggest challenges this last year has been the lack of work, with many factories closed, many businesses shut down, not able to cross the border. Many people have been without work, and that means they're without food. Through our generous donors, people that have brought food, given food, made food, and given us money to buy food, we've been able to feed about 50 to 60 families a week, which is about 300 to 400 people. When our men go into the homes, they say, "Sister, in the refrigerator, all there was a bottle of water." Some of the ladies just begin to cry because they didn't know what they would be feeding their children this week. A bag of groceries here is known as a despensa. For $20, we can buy most of the staples that help sustain a family of 6 for a week. Another thing that's been going on here at the border that many of you have heard about is the situation with the migrants. We have about 8,600 in about 19 shelters still waiting for their turn to be able to present their case at the border. In the meantime, we feed them, pray with them, encourage them, and share the gospel with them. Our whole goal is to see that they come to know Jesus Christ so that their hope will be put in Him and not in the U.S. One of our many outreaches are to the 10 fire stations around town. One of our men goes to each fire station once a week to pray with, counsel, and encourage these firemen who often have to work without the proper equipment. Another area of outreach is the police academy. God has opened the door for us to be able to teach Bible for an hour every week to these cadets for 6 months before they graduate to become policemen. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 5:30 in the morning or 2:30 in the afternoon, at one of 6 police stations of over 2,500 police, you will find one of our men praying for, giving devotions, and counseling them. Recently, we got into the state police department. They had to put up very tall walls because they've been under attack so frequently. There are over 200 of them that line up to hear the gospel, and many have accepted the Lord. The newest base is this military one for the National Guard that was formed to help guard the border because of the problem of the migrants. It's a dangerous job because the cartel feel like they own that border, and they feel like if anyone is going to go against them, they'll just kill them and take them out. Our men that go there are warned to not have a consistent routine and be careful when they're coming because they also could be under attack. So these are our updates for this last year. These are the blessings that we've been a part of and you have helped to happen. God bless you all. Thank you. And we pray that you'll come back and see us.